Train like the Whiteroom. If you're serious, you want to train like the Whiteroom, like no shortcuts, no excuses. Good, because this isn't motivation. It's survival training. Most people train for comfort. The Whiteroom trains for dominance. No distractions, no emotions, just results. And if you keep training like everyone else, you'll stay average, physically weak, mentally predictable, easy to break. I've broken down the exact system, hours of analysis, psychology, and elite-level conditioning principles to reverse engineer how that kind of mindset is built in real life. But here's what no one talks about. Step 4, the phase where most people quit. The phase that rewires your brain completely. Can you actually survive it? Or will you fold like everyone else? Most people live their lives on autopilot. They follow routines, react emotionally, and stay comfortable. But some people choose a different path. They train themselves to think sharper, act calmer, and stay in control, no matter the situation. The mindset you see in Kiyotaka Ayanokoji comes from a concept called the Whiteroom. Now, this isn't about copying an extreme system. It's about understanding the principles behind it and applying them in a realistic way. Because at its core, the Whiteroom is about one thing: complete control over your mind, body, and behavior. 1. Cognitive training. The first pillar of Whiteroom-style training is cognitive domination, training your mind to process, adapt, and think faster than the average person. Most people don't actually train their thinking. They just consume information, scrolling, watching, reacting. But here, the goal is different. You're not trying to know more. You're trying to think better. It starts with observation. Whenever you enter a room, don't just exist in it. Study it. Notice people's behavior. Who looks confident? Who seems nervous? Who is leading the conversation and who is just following? Pay attention to body language, tone, and patterns. The more you observe, the more predictable people become. Next is deep focus training. In today's world, attention is weak, so if you can focus longer than others, you already have an advantage. Start small, 10 to 15 minutes of complete focus. No phone, no distractions, just one task. Then slowly increase it. Over time, your brain adapts. You stop getting distracted easily, and your thinking becomes sharper. Then comes fast learning. Instead of passively reading or watching, train yourself to actively understand things. Ask questions, break concepts down, and try to explain them in your own words. A strong method is the one skill a day rule. Push yourself to learn something new every single day, even if it's small. This builds adaptability. After that, focus on memory training. Don't rely only on repetition. Use association. Connect information to images, locations, or stories. Techniques like visualization or building a mental map help you remember faster and longer. Your brain starts storing information in a structured way instead of random fragments. Another powerful skill is reverse thinking. Most people ask, "How do I solve this?" But a trained mind asks, "How can this fail?" When you understand failure points first, you automatically create stronger solutions. This way of thinking puts you ahead in problem solving because you're not just reacting, you're anticipating. Then comes pattern recognition. Everything around you follows patterns, people, situations, even problems. The more you expose your mind to different situations and actively think about them, the faster you start recognizing these patterns. And once you see patterns, you don't need to think from scratch every time. You already know what's likely to happen next. Finally, there is silent thinking. Most people constantly fill their mind with noise, music, videos, conversations. But a trained mind spends time in silence. Sit alone, think through situations, replay decisions, analyze outcomes. This builds clarity. Over time, all of this combines into one result. Your brain stops reacting slowly. You don't panic, you don't overthink, and you don't get overwhelmed easily. Instead, you process faster, understand deeper, and respond with control. That's the difference. The second pillar of Whiteroom-style training is emotional control. Learning how to manage what you feel so it doesn't control how you act. Most people live in reaction mode. Something happens and they instantly respond. Anger, frustration, excitement, fear. But real control begins with one simple skill: delay. When something triggers you, don't react immediately. Pause for a few seconds. That small gap between stimulus and response is where control is built. At first it feels unnatural, but with practice, it becomes automatic. You stop being impulsive and start being intentional. The next step is awareness. You need to understand your own emotional patterns. What triggers you? What situations make you lose focus or control? Instead of avoiding these situations, observe them. When you feel anger or stress, don't suppress it blindly. Analyze it. Why did this affect you? What exactly caused the reaction? This builds emotional intelligence. Then comes calmness under pressure. Put yourself in slightly uncomfortable situations, difficult conversations, high-pressure tasks, or moments where you would normally react quickly. Your goal is simple. Stay composed. Control your breathing. Keep your voice steady, and don't rush your response. Over time, your baseline state becomes calmer, even in stressful environments. Another important layer is controlled expression. You don't always show everything you feel. This doesn't mean being fake. It means being selective. Sometimes showing less gives you more control over the situation. Your face, your tone, your reactions, they all become intentional instead of automatic. A powerful exercise for this is the no reaction challenge. Try going through your day without unnecessary reactions. No overexcitement, no visible frustration, no impulsive replies. Just observe and respond only when needed. This trains discipline at a deeper level. Then comes discomfort tolerance. Growth doesn't happen in comfort, whether it's physical discomfort like cold exposure or mental discomfort like silence and boredom. You need to build tolerance. When your mind learns that discomfort is not dangerous, your reactions become more stable. You stop avoiding hard situations. Another key aspect is emotional detachment in decision-making. When you're making important choices, remove emotional bias. Don't decide based on mood, anger, or excitement. Step back, look at the situation logically, and then act. This creates consistency in your decisions. Over time, all of this leads to one outcome. You are no longer controlled by your emotions. You still feel everything, but you decide how much of it affects your actions. You don't react instantly, you don't get overwhelmed easily, and you don't lose control under pressure. Instead, you stay stable, aware, and in charge of yourself. That's what emotional control really means. The third pillar of Whiteroom style training is physical control. Not just building strength, but mastering how your body moves, reacts, and performs under pressure. Most people train for appearance or basic fitness. Here, the goal is different. You're training for efficiency, control, and reliability. It starts with bodyweight mastery. Exercises like push-ups, squats, lunges, and planks aren't just beginner movements. They are tools for control. Focus on form, balance, and stability. Move slowly, stay controlled, and build strength that you can actually use. When your body is under control, your movements become precise instead of random. Next comes endurance. Your body should be able to perform even when it's tired. Running, skipping, or continuous movement trains your stamina. Start with small distances or time limit, then gradually increase. Endurance builds not just physical strength, but mental resilience. When you can keep going while tired, your limits expand. Then there's reflex and reaction training. Speed matters, but reaction matters more. Simple drills, like catching objects, quick direction changes, or even shadow movements, can improve how fast your body responds. The goal is to reduce hesitation. Your body should react instantly when needed. Another important aspect is coordination. Your movements should feel connected, not separate. Whether it's balance exercises or controlled motion, coordination helps you stay efficient. Wasted movement means wasted energy. A trained body moves with purpose. Then comes control under fatigue. It's easy to perform when you're fresh. The real test is when you're tired. Try maintaining proper form and focus even after intense effort. This builds discipline in your body, not just strength. Another underrated element is minimalism. You don't need a gym or complex equipment. Your body is enough. The more you rely on simple training, the more adaptable you become. You can train anywhere, anytime, without excuses. Finally, connect your physical training with your mindset. Stay aware of your breathing, your posture, and your movement. Don't just complete reps, understand them. Over time, your body becomes more responsive, more efficient, and more controlled. The goal isn't to look powerful, The goal is to be capable, consistent, and ready. The fourth pillar of Whiteroom style training is strategic thinking, the ability to stay ahead, read situations, and make decisions with clarity instead of impulse. Most people think only in the present. They react to what's happening right now. But strategy is about seeing what comes next. It starts with outcome awareness. Before you take any action, ask yourself, what will happen after this? And then, what happens after that? This simple habit forces your mind to think beyond the moment. Over time, you stop making rushed decisions and start making calculated ones. Next is multi-layer planning. Don't rely on just one plan. Always have alternatives. Plan A might fail, so you need a plan B and sometimes even a plan C. This doesn't make you paranoid. It makes you prepared. When situations change, you don't panic because you already thought ahead. Then comes understanding people. Every person follows patterns. How they speak, react, decide, and behave. If you observe carefully, you start noticing these patterns. Some people avoid conflict, some seek attention, some follow others. When you understand these tendencies, you can predict actions more accurately. And when you can predict, you can position yourself better. Another key element is strategic silence. Most people talk too much, explain too much, and reveal too much. But when you stay quiet and listen, you gather more information. You understand more than others, while revealing less about yourself. This gives you an advantage in any situation. Then there's decision timing. Not every situation requires immediate action. Sometimes the best move is to wait, observe, and act at the right moment. Rushing leads to mistakes, but patience creates better opportunities. Strategic thinking is also about adaptability. Even the best plan can fail. When that happens, don't freeze. Adjust quickly. A strong strategist doesn't depend on one outcome. They adjust based on reality. Finally, connect everything together. Observation, planning, understanding people, and timing all work as one system. Over time, your thinking becomes sharper and more structured. You don't just react to situations, you navigate them. You stay calm, aware, and one step ahead. That's what strategic thinking really looks like. Isolation focus. The fifth pillar of Whiteroom style training is isolation and focus. The ability to remove distractions, stay alone with your thoughts, and build deep concentration. This is where most people struggle, because modern life is built on constant stimulation. Phones, notifications, social media, noise. Your attention is always being pulled in different directions. But real growth needs the opposite. It starts with reducing distractions. You don't need to eliminate everything, but you need control. Set specific times where you stay away from your phone, avoid unnecessary scrolling, and focus only on one task. This creates mental clarity. Next is learning to be alone. Most people avoid silence. They always need something playing in the background. Music, videos, conversations. But when you sit alone without distractions, your mind starts working differently. You begin to think deeper, reflect more, and understand yourself better. At first it feels uncomfortable. That's normal. But over time, that silence becomes strength. Then comes deep work. Instead of working in short, distracted bursts, train yourself to focus on one task for longer periods. Even 30 to 60 minutes of uninterrupted focus can produce better results than hours of distracted effort. This builds intensity in your work. Another important part is dopamine control. Constant entertainment reduces your ability to stay focused. When you limit quick rewards, like endless scrolling or instant gratification, your brain starts finding value in effort again. Simple tasks become easier to focus on. Then there's self-dependence. When you spend time alone and rely less on external validation, you become more stable. You don't need constant approval or noise to feel productive. Your motivation becomes internal. Finally, combine everything. A focused environment, reduced distractions, comfort and solitude, and consistent deep work create a powerful system. Your mind becomes sharper, your attention stronger, and your productivity higher. You stop wasting energy on noise and start investing it into growth. That's the real purpose of isolation. Not to disconnect from the world, but to build a version of yourself that can operate without being controlled by it. At the end of the day, this isn't about becoming Kiyotaka Ayanokoji. It's about understanding what makes that mindset powerful and applying it in your own life. The White Room is just a concept, but the discipline behind it is real. When you train your mind to think clearly, your emotions to stay controlled, your body to perform reliably, and your focus to stay sharp, you start changing. Slowly, but permanently. You stop reacting like everyone else. You stop getting distracted easily. You stop depending on motivation. Instead, you operate on discipline. You do what needs to be done whether you feel like it or not. That's where real growth begins. Because the biggest difference between average and high-level individuals is simple. Control. Control over thoughts, control over emotions, and control over actions. And once you build that, you don't need extreme environments or systems. You carry that structure within yourself. So the goal is not to copy the White Room. The goal is to build your own version of it, one that makes you stronger, sharper, and more consistent every single day.